Hello to my grade 11 students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For today, I will be giving a short discussion, very short discussion on how to make a concept paper. So by a comprehensive guide as of 2021. So here are the learning objectives. First, define what a concept paper is. Next, determine the ways a writer can elucidate on a concept by definition, explication, and clarification. And lastly, identify situations in which a concept paper may be effectively used to improve the society. So here we go. What is a concept paper? It is a document which summarizes what your project is about, why it is important, and how you intend to carry it out. Next, it consists of the topic and the research, the hypothesis that you seek to improve or disprove, research questions, data required, and methods of obtaining it. It is sometimes known as a proposal or an abstract. The latter two are usually more detailed than a concept paper, but often serve the same purpose, that is, to convince the party evaluating it that the research project is worthwhile. Depending on the research you are carrying out, your concept paper can range from 2 to 3 pages for a small research project to up to 20 pages for massive research projects. As for the formatting, the spacing should be double, the font size should be 12, and the font style should preferably be Times New Roman. But if you refer to any sources while drafting your concept paper, it is important that you cite them at the end of your document or whenever the citation may be necessary for the process of concept paper writing. As a student pursuing any course, so it is inevitable that before you complete your course, you will be required to do a research paper to show that you can apply what you have been studying in your area of specialization to a real life situation. Since you are in a grade 11 now, so a concept paper is a must for you to undergo, okay, before having your practical research too on your grade 12. So it is one of the most essential parts of the course requirements. Before your research paper, you will be required to come up with a concept paper that gives an outline of your research idea. So we have here steps on how to create your own concept paper. You have to capture the attention of whoever is reading your work and get the results you need. So here is the first step. Come up with a research topic that genuinely interests you. The research topic should span areas that interest you as an individual and are still relevant to your area of specialization or course. Next, write down the research questions. You can come up with as many questions as possible. The more the questions, the longer your research paper will be, as it will seek to answer to each of them. So having the research questions will serve as your guide while doing or writing your concept paper. Next is develop a research hypothesis. The hypothesis is what you will either prove or disprove when the research is done. Alright? Next, gather the data. So identify the kind of data or data you need to answer these hypothetical questions and how you will gather the data. Depending on the type of research you are carrying out, data that you may need may include actual numbers, averages, and so on. Next is you have to present the data to come up with conclusive and tangible evidence to prove or disprove all the hypotheses you had stated earlier. Since a research paper is usually done at the very last year or semester and is vital for the satisfactory completion of your course or in your grade level. So you as a student are required to come up with a topic research that you find relevant and essential to potentially solve an existing problem or answer a controversial question in your area of study or industry in question. So again, before doing your research or writing your research paper, you will need to draft a catchy summary of what research is about and how it contributes to the world of academia, and especially with regards to the particular industry in question. So that summary is what is known a concept paper. Alright, so the concept paper will be read read by your lecturer or supervisor who will be tasked to determine the suitability of the research project you want to undertake. So I will be the one who will read that concept paper that you will be submitting because I am your subject teacher in that subject. So based on that analysis and your prowess in convincing them that it is a worthy and helpful research project, they will either give you the go ahead to carry on with the project, suggest similar alternative topics you can focus on, or tell you to come up with another project altogether. Next, well, of course, in having a massive research or even just a simple research, as of course, we are citing references, and in citing references, there are formats. So we are using the APA style in citing the references because we should avoid the plagiarism. Alright, so what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is when, for example, you take information from the internet or via Google and then you didn't cite the author or the source or link. Where did you get that information? Meaning to say, you take as your own whatever the information or data that you gathered by internet. Alright, so please avoid that. So here is the example. And again, to be backed, so here is how you are going to cite your referenced list. So first, let's have first the author's name. So how to write is it first will be the full name. So Williams M, Villarreal A, Boshelov K, Lynn S, and Talbot P. Alright, so that is the name of the author. But if the author is not available, for example, it's just the site or blog site that you have visited, so you may just write the blog's name. Next is the year, so this is 2013. Next is the title of the article. Just like metal and silicate particles, including nanoparticles, are present in electronic signals. Alright, so as you can see, next of the title will be the academic journal, so plus one, and then volume number 8, issue number 8. So page ranges from 1 to 11. It could be just page 1 to 3, or it depends on how you cited the information. Next is the digital object identifier or DOI, or the link to where you get the information. So this is an example of concept paper that I am doing, or well, concept paper, another term for this is a research proposal. So this is just a backbone of what I am doing right now in my study. So you may just take a look on this. So we have the title, and then actually in concept paper it could be with or without the rationale. It depends if you, since you are just going to create a simple one, so even though there is no rationale that I give you on the format, given on your answer sheet. So you may just continue after the title, so your introduction, and then of course the research questions or the objectives. All right, so that is an example. And here are the list of references regarding on the research proposal that I am doing. Okay, so actually we have a latest APA style on the 7th edition. So these references that I followed the format was the 6th edition. And here are the references on this content over the discussion. All right, so I hope this would help you in creating your own concept paper. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this is Mom Earl.